it is the 5th of November and we're drawing cake today. I don't know what happened. I had to restart everything because it went blank, my screen. Some of you may have seen something. I didn't see anything, so I just wanted to start it again. So if you're here, thank you. You probably saw the other one and started watching the other one. Today is cake, and I do have an image that I'm going to just screenshot. If you're part of our BSA group, Blue Shine Art Club group on Substack, I have no idea what's happening. I think, why is that not working? Okay, let's see if this works. Sorry, I'm trying to get my cake and I'm having a difficult time getting into the Padlet. Anyone else having a difficult time getting into the Padlet? No? Okay, well, I'm gonna have to find a cake on my iPad. I have an image for the other side of my... So today is a bit strange today. Who was I speaking to yesterday? I was speaking to somebody about everything going right and everything being perfect, and trust me, this is not my world. Right now, not everything is going right. So I'm gonna find a cake in my camera roll that I have taken a picture of and see if I can go with that. And if there isn't a cake, then I'm gonna have to... I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I can't find a cake. If I can't find a cake, I'm going to have to do the cake later. How can I not have a cake on my camera roll? Things are not going right this morning. Okay, let's see. I've painted lots of cakes before. Okay, I do have one. I have one of my mum, which is better than probably the other one that I had. So this is a picture of my mom and a cake. So we're going to do that. Julia says, good evening, just listening for a bit while getting ready for bed, but we'll definitely watch the replay tomorrow. Hi Amy, hi Louise, good morning Lou, good morning. Today is a strange day. I was actually going to do the green cake that we had on the Padlet that I had in Italy. But now I'm going to do my mum because I can't get into the Padlet for some reason. It's not working. And unless somebody wants to send me that image, then I will do that one. But I do like this one of my mum. And then I am going to screenshot that, and then I'll show you what was going to be the same color palette, but now I'm changing. I probably have to change that as well. I was going to do a picture from Italy of the door, so I'm going to show you that, but that was because I was... maybe I'll do... you know what, maybe I'll do the post box. So they all had very similar post boxes in Italy, and this one matches more the colors because I'm combining colors of the palette to something that was in Italy. So my idea was to to draw the cake, but so I'm going to do this one of my mum because I love this one of my mum. So changing it up a little bit, everybody. That's what happens when things don't go right on your lives. How is everybody? Can everybody else get into the Padlet? Because I'm having a hard time. I'm going to be using gouache as it's Gouache-Vember. I had that in the first live, and that didn't, I wasn't able to stream on that. So we're working on Gouache-Vember prompts, and today is cake. I have written it in my book, so I know that it's right. And we're going to get started. Padlet works fine. Okay, I'm going to try again because maybe it's just my iPad. Okay, let's see. All right, it's working. Thank goodness I can get into the Padlet. Okay, maybe it was just a little glitch then. All right, well, I'm going back to the other cake, and I'll do that one of my mum another time, and I'll show you why I'm doing this cake. This is the one that I'm doing. It's a pistachio and chocolate fondant cake. It was delicious. We had it in Ancona, but I am doing, see the door? The door kind of matches the cake. So now I've got to go over to here. I'm going to delete this one so that I can show you. So color wise, I think it's more similar to this door. So that's what I'm doing. Oh my. Everything works. Amy's like, everything works. Everything's fine. Everything's good. We'll get started. And I was going to pull a book out. Actually, I was going to bring a book down from upstairs, and I didn't do that. It was a baking book because I have a lot of cookbooks. So I thought it would be great to include that. And I didn't bring that down, so I will pop that. Maybe I'll do a story today on Instagram and put that in there, and then add it to the description. It's just one of those days. C is doing Jordan. Oh, thanks, C. I was gonna do Jordan, but I've done that one before. Another gouache Vember, so I thought I'm gonna switch it up. And then if I don't do one of my other daughter, then one daughter will get upset. So, but I'm happy you're doing it. I do love that photo of Jordan. So I'm just mixing my colors, getting the shade of green that I want here. Louise says, I did this one. It looks so tasty. I struggled with the cream on top. Ooh, yeah, we'll see how that goes. We will see how that goes. And because I'm trying to do both, it's going to be interesting. I'm definitely wanting to just keep all the sections of color quite fresh, so that I am more blocky. So I'm going to try and do that, not to waste time with changing of colors. So I'm going to try. I haven't been working fast very recently, so I'm going to try and work a little bit faster so that I can get the door done at the same time. Hi Laura, how are you? Nice of you guys all to join and show up this morning. I got up early and I'm working on commissions. I tried to stay up late last night. I couldn't. I was in bed by 9, but then I was awake at 3, so I'm slowly getting there. Slowly getting there. It's jet lag is just gonna stick with me for a little bit longer. There's a lot of pistachio flavor things in in Italy. Okay, so I'm working on this door as well. So I've got colors here that I just want to transfer over to this side, because I'm going to be using a very similar palette, one from the other, maybe slightly different, but I should probably get these colors on here. I can go a little bit less thick with this side's palette or the paint, because there is a lot more texture on the door. So go a little bit more on the red tones. Laura says, I'm struggling to be a morning person. Hey, you and me both this morning. Laura, if you weren't here at the beginning, that was a big struggle this morning. Just making things happen. You know, when you decide to show up daily for something like this, it isn't always smooth. So I hope, well, I know that you guys all give me a lot of grace and don't even think about it, but it's, you know, sometimes as the person showing up, it doesn't feel very smooth sometimes, but you know, I think that's life. Not having everything rosy and perfect, and there are always little bumps in the road, and you got to kind of overcome them. And this really is like a tiny bump. So, you know, I don't feel, excuse me, I don't feel like it's a huge, you know, oh my goodness, this morning was awful. But it's nice when things go a little bit smoother, that's for sure. All right, going back to the cake. There was some green on top as well, but I'm going to mix up the brown first for the underside of the cake. Mixing an orange. Has a lot more red in it, almost like a vermilion, and then taking a tiny little bit of blue. So I'm going to put this color down first, and then there's some darker areas as well. So does anybody have a favorite cake? Are you vanilla or are you a chocolate cake? I feel like if you're a vanilla cake, you like all those, you know, like the lemon meringue, the creme brulee, the just the plain white sponge cake, or the, you know, or the almond cakes, or so you like all of those. And if you're a chocolate cake, or more chocolate dessert type of person, then you prefer all the rich, like the brownies, the red velvets, all of that. I will eat chocolate cake, but if there is a lemon meringue or a creme brulee, or, you know, anything that is more on on the vanilla type side, I will go for that. C says, I've not had any cake that I didn't love. I mean, that's, yeah, fair enough. I have had cake that I didn't love. Like, you know, when there's a sponge cake that is definitely not, like it's a little bit too fluffy. I prefer a little bit more of a dense cake that has some I don't know, consistency to it rather than a light and fluffy sponge. All right, this is way too, it's amazing how just a tiny little bit of pigment can, I'm gonna just do this over the whole area. Cream cakes. Heike is a cream cake lady. I mean, not Heike, Martina, sorry. Oh, except candied fruitcake? You don't like candy? See, I love candied fruitcake. Carrot cakes are very good. Is anybody drawing a carrot cake today? Carrot cakes are delicious. Especially the vanilla cream on top. Like the buttercream. And it has to be made with real butter, not margarine. Okay, let's see if I have any of this color on this side. Not really, a little bit, I think, on this, on the top here. So I'm going to put that. And also maybe on the cream, I can put, it's really more on the bluey green side, the cream shadow. There is a little bit of reflection with this color. And then also in the nut cream at the top. Okay, gonna go darker with my chocolate. Because I put white in there, it's not gonna go as dark as I want it. I may have to mix another one. Good morning, Maria. Laura says flourless chocolate cake with chocolate ganache. See, I like the sound of chocolate cakes and I will eat it, but I'm definitely more vanilla. Good morning, Biddy Penny. Hi, Susan. Susan says her favorite cake is carrot cake with cream cheese frosting is my fave. I think I'll paint it later today. Biddy Penny and Maria, do you have a favorite cake? Buongiorno, Teresa. Rosa says, watching this, I just may eat cake for breakfast. We have leftover carrot cake from hubby's B-Day. Oh, happy birthday to your husband. Oh, I definitely think you should eat cake for breakfast. Definitely, definitely. All right, need to make the shadow slightly darker underneath the cream at the top. This may be a bit too green. I'm going to mix it with this color. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, that's okay. I have the wrong brush. I think I'm going to change my brush. So my cream is not going to be exactly like what I'm seeing, and that usually happens with my paintings. Nothing becomes exactly like the photo. So just a reminder that tomorrow is Thursday and we do have a session tomorrow evening, painting markets, if you guys want to join in on that. It is at 7 p.m. Which is the same time as Art Hang Party, but if you want to do Art Hang Party, totally understand. It was my fault for saying yes to this time. I got mixed up with the times, but please sign up so that you get the replay, because we're just sending it out to people who are either in the BSA club on my Substack, which is a paying subscriber club that we basically provide prompts every month and get together on Zooms, etc. But if you're not part of that and you still want to come, you can. You just have to be a subscriber to my page, so you can still come. But the link is in the description here. So if you want to join, register, and then you'll get the replay. And if you're confused about how to do that, just message me afterwards, or you can email me and I can send you the link. And it's just blueshineart@gmail.com. So that's tomorrow at 7, and that's with the artist toolbox. Natasha and her friend Emma have set up a page on Substack, and we're going to be doing Latin markets. I've submitted some pictures. She has some pictures because she lives in Bolivia. They're really great. And it'll be just a nice session, just easy chatting on Zoom. So that's tomorrow at 7. And then next week I am joining Dylan, Sarah. Actually, it's next Wednesday, and we're going to be doing a live together in the morning. We're switching to a drawn together, which will fold into a Zoom session. It'll be an hour and a half next Wednesday morning. You are all welcome. Yeah, so that will be fun. So you can come, you can paint your daily your daily gouache Vember prompt. I think next Wednesday it's the prompt is paper doll, which is kind of stumping me. So I'm going to think about what I want to do for that. Greens are funny. There's like a lot of red in greens that maybe you don't see. But that's really good for shadows. And Nanette says, I go for vanilla types of cakes. Chocolate is too rich if I'm having coffee with it. But you do need a coffee with a chocolate cake for sure. Biddy Penny says, I'm afraid that I love them all. If I had to pick, it would be between a black forest cake and a strawberry shortcake. Oh, really? Two opposites. Maria says, I like all kinds of cake, but I do love tiramisu. Okay, Maria, you would have been in heaven in Italy because we were kind of having a tiramisu off. Everywhere we went, there was a lot of tiramisus. And not even by choice, because a lot of the meals in Italy were chosen, and like, or the lunches, and the desserts were usually, we didn't have an option. We had an option of saying yes to the dessert or not having a dessert, which I kind of like, because you either want it or you don't want it. And there's only, when it's a small establishment, you can't make too many different cakes. If not, you have a lot of leftover. So we were enjoying different types of tiramisu. Funnily enough, in that region of Italy, the tiramisus are one layer tiramisu. Can you believe it? One layer. And we usually, I don't know, I'm used to like a deep tiramisu, but not like a one layer. So it was one layer of fingers with all the extra, the cream on top and the alcohol in the middle, and but they were all so different. So you would have enjoyed that, Maria, trying all the different tiramisus. Nick had spent a little bit of time in Rome beforehand, so she had been having tiramisus where she went. I think it's good to have something. It's like, I usually, if I go out, I like having fish and chips, because it's something that's quite standard, and I really like. I don't make it at home, so I like having it. But then I can also judge other fish and chips from different establishments. So it's kind of like that with the tiramisu over in Italy. And hello, Melissa. How are you, Melissa? Amy says she likes chocolate ice cream with, chocolate cake and vanilla ice cream. And Julia says mine's pavlova or apple cake. Oh yeah, you posted a pavlova. It did look delicious. Very, very delicious. I do love pavlovas too. If you're just joining, let us know what your favorite cake is. We are drawing and painting cake today. And I'm drawing a door as well at the same time, which is kind of on the back burner here. Amy says we made a black forest with cherry jam and whipped cream. So good. Yeah, and unfortunately, yeah, that was my fault for mixing those times up. But Melissa she's got an art hang party with Olinda, who is coming to Oaxaca with us, and I'm so sad that I'm going to be missing that, but I will catch the replay. So that would have been lovely to be in there. Kind of upset about that, but it happens, and I won't be doing that again. All right, let's get some shadow underneath this chocolate cake. That looks a little bit dark to me. Oh, Melissa, maybe you can help me out. You know, on the Jackson's art page, how do we know if it's being shipped from Canada, or do they not have a distribution place anymore in Canada? I know that some things were being shipped from Canada, and then you wouldn't have to pay duties. Do you know how we figure that out? Because I have no idea how we figure that out. Okay, there is a little bit of a darker shadow right underneath the cake, and I'm gonna go with a much darker blue for this. I think my shadow is a little bit off, but I can adjust it. Okay, gonna go with a darker green, greeny gray. Oh gosh, it is difficult, isn't it? Louise was saying she was having a tough time with the cream. So I either go, it's almost like a yellow. There's like a yellowy tint to that shadow. But not everywhere. Or like more of a... Gosh, there's lots of colors in there. This is what stumps me sometimes, is the color of the shadows, because there's a lot of reflection in the shadows. That needs to be much lighter as well. Very similar to what I had. Lighter, 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 lighter. Melissa says, I always thought Jackson shipped from the UK. Yeah, but I think there was, like, they had a Canadian distribution center as well, which meant that you didn't have to pay duties. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. going to get some of the door done as well. And these bits around the plate. Yeah, I'm going to have to change that shadow. It's way too dark around the base. And actually it has a little bit more purple, so let's try and change that a little more to being mauve rather than blue. As we know, gouache sometimes dries lighter and sometimes dries darker. It could be a little bit lighter. It seems slightly broken up as well. And by broken up, I mean like it has some lighter bits breaking up the edges. This color actually probably would work up here as well. Barbara, thank you. Barbara says that Char looks delicious. Yeah, thank you. It was delicious. It was very delicious. Julie says, Teresa, do you like ricotta cannoli or vanilla chocolate? Well, I know I can answer that. I love the ricotta cannoli. But yeah, let's see what the Italian says to the Italian. Is there one that is more Italian to like? I know that back when I was frequenting Italy a lot, the ricotta ones were very, very favorable. very favorable, much more favorable. People love the ricotta cannolis. But then it depends on different regions. Like really, like I realized that region to region is they're very proud of what they like in that region and how like the pasta should be and what the sauce should look like. And yeah, it's not across Italy that it's all the same, which is probably like everywhere, right? I'm sure in the States certain areas pride themselves of certain foods. Teresa says, oh, ricotta always wins, but I like the Neapolitan sfogliatelle. Oh yeah, that one's nice too. Good morning, Olinda. How are you? Teresa says, and cream puffs, they seem to make that too, or rumma baba looks like. Oh, I can't say what it looks like, but it's good. Biddy Penny says barbecue is different from state to state. State to state. Yeah, and I'm sure people are very proud of their state dishes. I hear my little Piper outside the door. And I think I made that cream too dark. Yeah, it's not easy, the cream top up here. Well, because the green, well, the reflection of the green is actually quite similar to the green of the cake, like right here, but it needs to be much darker. Much darker. Maybe not that dark. I should just let it dry as well. I'm a little impatient this morning. Okay. I can put some of these dark areas on here while this down here dries. Teresa says, have a hump day, everyone. Thank you, Teresa. You have a great day too. Alinda says, doing great. Just got that bag you suggested. It arrived. Whoa, it arrived this morning. That was quick, Alinda. Yeah, I ordered mine, but mine's not coming until Thursday. I'm curious, what color did you get, Alinda? I think I may embroider some embroidery on it, Alinda. I thought that would be quite nice to personalize it. If you do embroidery, not that I think anybody can do embroidery, but it would be nice to personalize it leading up to our trip. Okay. We're getting there slowly. This definitely needs to be redder. It's funny how colors kind of pop out when you're painting. You can see like the different tones a little bit more as you go. And definitely want some lighter brown on the cake. Just directional, and my door is really being forgotten about. It's okay, I can work with that today. I'll take a break from my commissions and do that. I was going to make a post, well, I have to make a post about Italy because I know that you all want to see and hear things that we've done. And I know I did talk a little bit about it, but I was going to do a post with some more pictures. But if you're interested in me talking a little bit about how I go about commissions from start to finish, then I'll do a post about those as well. Because, you know, with commissions, there's a lot of back and forth with the client and making sure that they're going to be happy with the outcome of the picture that you're doing for them. I'm working on a couple of house portraits. And this time, actually, it's not just the house, it's also the portrait of the people in front of the house, so, which is quite nice. The people are quite small, but I still have to make them look like the people who own the house. So that's what I'm doing. And then I've got a couple of pet portraits with their owners as well. And then if you know that I do those Christmas designs, I have 3 of those that I'm working on as well. So if you're interested, then I will definitely write about it in my Substack. Oh, Barbara says, how's the shirt embroidery going? Well, I got it out again yesterday, so I'm going to start it up again. Yeah. Oh, Alinda says, I got a yellow and a black for my mom. Oh, cool. And I think I'm going to sew patches on it. Neat. That's going to look amazing. Yeah, I'm going to continue my shirt. And that'll be coming with me, definitely, to Oaxaca. Nanette says, what bag did you get, Alinda? I'll send you the link, Nanette. It's like a canvas cross bag. I had one last year for Oaxaca. They're not expensive at all, but it's so nice to be able to just put your hand in, have both hands free, and it's big enough that you can carry some art supplies in it. Were you happy with the size, Alinda? All right, gonna get some nuts on up here. Okay, not too happy with that shadow underneath. I'm going to change that color to more of a purple under here. It's a little bit too blue. It's also lighter than the cake, so let me make the cake darker in some areas and then go back to that shadow. Alinda says, yes, it's a lot larger than I was expecting, larger than my Delphonics, which is never big enough. It's a good size, and you like, as long as you don't overpack it, I don't feel like it ever got too heavy. So I do like it for that. Gouache is all about the layers, and you have to be patient, because as long as you let the layer dry underneath, you can really get a good coverage over the top. So be patient with your layering. This has gone a little bit wild and wacky up here, but I'm just gonna leave it like that. Sometimes, like I said, it doesn't have to look exactly like the photo. Make this come out a little bit more. Oh, it's very behind the stream. Oh yes, absolutely, Barbara. I will send you the info on the bag. It's like super, like what I usually do is I take a backpack with me and a rolly cart, like when I'm packing light for these trips, so I don't have to check a bag in, because oh goodness, like the scare of losing a bag, like I just wouldn't want that. So I don't. I make sure that, and then I just pack the canvas bag in flat. Yeah. And then use that as my daily bag instead of a backpack. And we talked a little bit about that last time, is that backpacks are great, but you have to take them off your back to get your supplies out. And in a sketchbook art retreat, we're moving around a lot, and we're walking, so it's nice to be able to just grab what you want from your bag as you're walking, or if you stop, you can just take your sketchbook out and sketch, and then carry on, put it back in your bag. You get the idea. I know it's almost 8 o'clock. Susan says, amazing how you captured the shiny reflection on the fondant. Oh yeah, I'm not like I need a little bit more up there. I can see it. I need it. I'll be putting that on in a second. So these are like, I try and approach like my work very similarly, very similar in every sense. Every time that I can't even speak this morning, every time that I approach a painting, to just put the basic shapes on first and then move into more complex or layering of the darks. But yeah, as soon as I start putting like the teeny tiny flecks on, that'll bring the shine as well. And then also I need to clean up the cream up here. The Schminke white is not the best for coverage, so I may switch to the other one, but it may be good enough for now. And then there's a little bit of a sheen, which is more on the purple side, on this side of the fondant, just here. It's like picking up some reflection on this side. And then I know that this shadow over here is definitely not the right value, so I need to fix that. It needs to be lighter. And I'm also going to just trim this up. Hello, Miss Piper. She's sitting outside, and I don't know if she knows. She must know I'm in here because I'm talking. Maybe she just thinks it's a video playing. Okay, and like I said, here it needs to be a little bit lighter. And I'll finish the door later. If I have time, maybe I'll go on Substack Live and finish the door. I haven't done a live over there for a while. I'm looking forward to seeing all your cakes. Don't forget to tag me so I can, if you're on Instagram, so I can share it. Cake is there to be shared, so I would love to share yours. I think she's gone upstairs. Little Piper. And there is my pistachio cake. A few little darker areas, I think. The dark helps the light shine, so good morning, Reb. How are you? Thanks, Melissa. I'm really bad at saying. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you are here. All 21 of you, give us a thumbs up. It's just that little thumb up button. And if you're not a subscriber here, please subscribe. I would appreciate that. And if you're watching this after the fact, leave me a comment, because I don't know who comes in afterwards, and it would be nice to say hi to you after the fact. And I will let you know if I finished this over on Substack Live later, because not only I want to do my daily Italy image. I'm going to just pull this out a little bit more. It wasn't round enough. Yeah, I think the color could be a little bit more on the yellow side, but I'm going to leave it like this. I don't want to do too much more to it. Thank you everybody for joining this morning, and if you are interested in me talking a little bit about commissions and in my Substack, I would love to tell you more about them. So make sure you write in the comments that yes, you're interested. I mean, some of you may not be interested, but it's an interesting process, something that I've been doing for years. Susan says, hope there is cake in everyone's day. Bye for now. Bye. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll send you guys the info on the bag. Louise says, your cake looks amazing. I want to do mine again, LOL. Oh, no, I'm sure it looks great, yours. Yeah. Thanks for joining, everybody. I have to finish the door. This is the door that I'm going to be finishing And you can see the colors there are similarities. Like I will be using the palette that I've got here, bringing them over into the door, getting some textures in. So if you want to join me later on Substack Live, I will probably come down maybe this evening. I will do a Substack Live and get that done. Thanks, everybody. And Melissa says, it would be great to hear about your commissions. Okay. Thanks, Melissa. Take care, everybody. Have a good day. Bye.